Take two. Kyle here from All Media Reviews. I've got some more stuff I'm expecting in the mail soon. No, Kaja, it's not food. But I don't know. I'll be doing more updates. I want to do a small, like, relatively limited collection update. The other thing I can show is I talked about that last week. I'm really making good progress on the CD collection. As you can see, look at all this now. I need to get at least probably 7 or 8 of these other shower rack type things probably from Menards locally. That's where I'm finding them. But I should have at least 2/3, 3/4 or more of my CD collection. The thing that's great about those is you can fit these big cases like, you know, Pulse or whatever, or you can fit doubles in here. Unlike on these other ones, the wooden ones, they're like the vinyl. I got those at Walmart. Those aren't only going to fit, you know, even like the ones with the slip cases or the covers are going to be more challenged. But these shower racks are just, I don't know, it's genius or whatever, but I'm really, you know, I kind of stumbled onto something. I figured something. I mean, even these crates aren't normal vinyl crates. These are, these are, but like these, the ones on my wife's side here, those are actually considered milk crates. So anyway, so to add to, and I want to do like a CD A to Z, a compact disc A to Z. That I don't know when that will be. Maybe next year, depending on, you know, I want to do the DVD stuff too in the movies. But and shout out to, I forget his name now, but a guy who gave me a comment a couple of days ago. He's doing like a countdown movie list. I'll link it. I forget his screen name now. Massey something? Massey Entertainment, yeah. Yeah, they're doing top 100 films, him and the 3 other guys in a round table. Also, it looks like maybe the 15th of July we're going to be doing the albums of the year mid-season. So why don't I do the CDs first and then I'll do the vinyl. So I got, at Half Price Books a few weeks ago, I picked up, well here, I'll just show, okay, so this just came in the mail today with one other item, and I don't know if, I thought I had this on compact disc, but maybe I didn't. But it's Ben Sinister's previous record to their newest one. No, I don't think I'd have this on CD. Foolish Games. So then I really only need like 1 or 2 of their other releases. I don't know if they ever released the 2 EPs, Spring Romance and Why Can't We Be Happy. But I'm not sure that either of those ever came out on compact disc. But yeah, I never got Foolish Games on CD. I have it on vinyl. But good record. Shannon's my favorite track on here. I like the new record more, but I still like a lot of songs on here. Gang of Wolves, Heard It All Before, the title track. Anyway, 2018's Ben Sinister's album. They just threw it in when I ordered. I'm about to show the other thing I got from them in a little bit, but so then the other new album, brand new album, and I don't know if I showed this. Maybe I didn't. I got my CD copy of Comic Sonics. I'm going to be getting the vinyl at some point, but I told you I mentioned in the whole Pepe Deluxe series from Catskills. It's Catskills. Yeah, of course this comes in the mail the day I'm doing the review before I did the review, but I want to like at least go through some more detail about the concept of this album, really the last 3, this and the previous 2. Booklet and everything like that, and I hope there's not much of a glare. I have this new light and everything, but got the lyrics. So I mean, I was probably wrong on some of the lyrics when I was going through the album review a few days ago. The 2 guys, Jane Spectrum and Paul Malmstrom, the 2 guys from Finland. But yeah, so you know, at a minimum, when go through the albums of the year, if I'm showing this, get a prop. So then I have 2 other compact discs. I don't have these on vinyl yet, but I found these at Half Price Books. We were at Half Price Books looking for a gift from my father, actually, and found that. But just looking through it, some of the stuff is not really that expensive. I have this, of course, on cassette tape. Is it right here? Where is it? Yeah. No. I have it here. Anyway, I've showed it. This is Tears for Fears, Seeds of Love. So the vinyl, I don't know how hard it is to find, but I know they reissued this in like a Dolby 5.1 or the Dolby Atmos a couple of years ago. That like it was a box set and stuff. Maybe someday if I've kind of grown to like this album more, and sort of some of the hype about it, like some of the prog fans love it. can kind of understand why. I mean, I guess if I was choosing a favorite Tears for Fears, I might now lean toward this. It's pretty close. Those 3 records from the 80s especially. The one Elemental, the one that I just reviewed in a couple Albums of the Year videos ago. I have a cassette right over there, but this is clearly better. Then I got a few of the other records I'll eventually be talking about. Then I found a copy for a reasonable price, the $49 for inxs's Kick, which I want to get more of their records, but this is the sort of standard. This is their biggest album. R.I.P. Michael Hutchence, of course, but this has like 5 or 6 just absolute standard 80s pop rock classic. New Sensation, Devil Inside, Never Tear Us Apart, Mystify, the title track, Need You Tonight. So, not to spend an arm and a leg, I'm sure I could have gone on Discogs, but even with shipping, I suppose, it's kind of a push. I paid $6 for Seeds of Love, so they're good shape. I don't try to avoid buying scratch CDs, so then, when I was there, we were just looking at some of the vinyl they had, and I found some other vinyls. So, first one is the album from last year from Foals. Was the only one I was missing. Which at first I wasn't as crazy, but I really kind of warmed up to it toward the end of the year last year. The album Life Is Yours. It was last year. Yeah, no, it was 22 actually. Jeez, it seems like it was. Was it really 22? I guess it was. I know that I initially didn't like it so much, and then I warmed up to it. But this is yeah, So I know that the keyboard player left, so they were now they're like a 3-piece or he was an original member, but yeah, I only paid a little over $12 for this. So, I guess in some ways it was good that I waited. Blue vinyl, kind of a clear blue, like aqua or I don't know. See that. But yeah, Life Is Yours, still a good record. If someday maybe I should do like a ranking of all the Foals albums, because they're just so consistent to me. There aren't any albums I don't like from them. Unlike Everything even, I thought this was going to be the first like sort of subpar record from them, and those 2 records they did in 19 I don't know. I think after Total Life Forever, the records they put out since have been all not as good as those first 2 records, but they've all been very good. And I guess at this point, after warming up to this more, this record's sort of on par with Everything Is Saved Not Lost and Everything Is Saved Not Lost and was it not Play With Fire? Holy Fire. Is it Holy Fire? The same year, the 2013, Reina Kindo put out Play With the album with the word Fire. But yeah, Life Is Yours from Foals. Of course, Giannis and the Yaw. Giannis from Foals has got that project that's coming out, that Tony Allen thing, the late Tony Allen. It's like a month and a half, so. But, alright, so then I found a couple other records at half price, just looking through a couple Al Di Meola vinyl. I don't think I have any of his vinyl, actually. I have all the Columbia, the first 4 Columbia records on CD, and then a couple of the others, of course, the live. But I found Electric Rendezvous and Casino, which these are the weaker of the 2. The first 2 are the best, Elgin Gypsy and Land of the Midnight Sun. But having revisited both of these records, I still think there's a lot of music to enjoy. It was this electric phase. The jacket is a little torn, but you got Al right there. But yeah, it's got a couple fingerprints, but I paid whatever I paid. I paid $5 for this record. I think if it's cleaned it up a little bit, this would be fine. So, and from Casino, and I know that Jan Hammer plays on a bunch of his records, and he always had the cast of. I don't have the credits on. I could look at the sheet on the back here. The actual jacket doesn't have it. If you'd like to write the address, he gave a P.O. box. You could write Al. That's kind of cool. Most artists don't do that stuff. Engineer Dave Palmer. I thought the roster. Oh, there it is. Steve Gadd, Anthony Jackson. It wasn't actually Jan Hammer on this. Mingo Lewis. Yeah, because this was more like Caribbean or more percussive. But anyway. And then Electric Rendezvous, which I've spent probably even less time with this. But this actually has the credits on the back. Jan Hammer. See, Jan Hammer, Steve Gadd again, Anthony Jackson. So a lot of this, and it has Paco de Lucia too. So I don't know. I remember when I revisited this record, it had some like flamenco kind of stuff. You know, of course, he worked with Paco on the Tuesday Night Music Club, the Friday Night in San Francisco, with John McLaughlin. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I paid whatever. I paid $7 for this. This is in maybe slightly better shape, but this is like whatever 80, 81. It's like late 70s, early 80s. Al Di Meola, the early part of his solo career. I should know the album year release. It doesn't say on there. Anyway, so then the only other two things I got that came in today. One of them was the third record from, I think they're from Norway. Is it Norway or the Netherlands? White Willow. This is the album they were supporting when I saw them at Nearfest in 2001, and I contended they were the best band at Nearfest that year. Although Porcupine Tree was awfully good too, but I love this record. I mean, I've got a couple of the other records. One of them at least on CD, which is over there now. But the Sylvia, I think her name was Erickson or Kristen. Dreamy Voice. The song Paper Moon is on this album. I didn't even say the name of the album. It's Sacrament, their third record. And I know it was released on Sensory or at least Laser's Edge. And they don't even list. Are there any credits in this thing? This is. Oh no, okay. There is a sheet that does. And it's like, that would be kind of better if at least it had the credits. Sylvia Erickson, yeah, and Jacob Holm Lupo. He's active on social media. He's sort of been like the main guy who represents the band's social media. I don't know. I don't know the current state of the band actually. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things. They're from. I keep on thinking they're from Norway. I'm pretty sure they're from Norway. I didn't really keep. I know I listened to the record that followed this one, Sacrament. But after that, I kind of lost touch with them. And I know Jacob's still a musician, but maybe White Willow's still around. But I think Sylvia's not with them. I remember when they were. That's the nice thing about things like Nearfest. These kind of obscure, bands from overseas coming across. They interact with the fans. I was hanging out with. I wanted to tell Sylvia, oh, I love your voice. It's just start flying. I didn't want to be that guy though, because I was sort of, kind of crushing a little bit on her because she had this pretty voice and doing these folky prog, epic music. It's like, you don't see women. I wanted just to ask her that. It's like, why aren't women into this music? Why can't I find a woman into this music? And I didn't do it. I didn't have the balls to do that. I just kind of said, love your album. I talked to them about how they made money, like how they their struggles to make money from the, as a touring musician or an obscure progressive rock band from, I think it's Norway. I mean, if it's Holland, I apologize. I always get the two mixed up. But anyway, Sacrament from White Willow. I think their first two records, at least the first one, came out on vinyl too. I'll eventually try to get that. But that's always been my favorite among their records. And unfortunately, the case got a little bent when I opened it. Might have been that way when I got it in the mail. And it's not a thick pressing either, unfortunately. You can tell this is... I would have preferred, but it's a newer pressing. I think it had been pressed once before. But, yeah, part of the jacket... No, maybe not. I thought I noticed it earlier. Yeah, just like right here. I mean, the condition would be either go from mint to near mint. But, you open it, it's pretty much near mint anyway. So, okay, and I did get a copy, as I mentioned, the first CD I showed. I finally got my physical vinyl copy of Mostly Good Things from Ben Sinister, Cordova Bay Records. And this is the whole record, because they've had one record on vinyl that wasn't complete. So, I think it's my fourth Ben Sinister record. I think they're fourth. And this is definitely a thick pressing, but I'll talk about it. The review I did, I think there's like a stain on this. It's weird. I don't know. It looks like standard black, but they tested it. I don't know. But, love this record. When we do the albums of the year rather soon, see where we're talking about this. But, I don't know. The fact that I didn't have Foolish Games on CD, I don't know if I ordered this on CD. I don't think it was available, but I if they do issue it on CD, I'm gonna have to get that as well, just because I'm pretty much a Ben Sinister completist. They need my help, and like 17-year and fan or whatever. But mostly great things. 2024's new album from Ben Sinister. So that's it for the vinyl update. Hoping to do the Warning review tomorrow, maybe, or if I don't do it tomorrow, sometime later this week, at the latest next week. And then 1995. And like this whole progress with the CDs is just, it's really got me like energized. You just see this. This is like maybe, I don't know, it's like a third, maybe close to half, but these like they can fit like 40 CDs. They can fit the big ones. It was just like so no brainer. They had them. They're not used for that, but as far as space here, and now I actually have had this problem with having this here with, this is the end of the alphabet where the Y's and stuff. If I have a Yes record, an XTC record, I need to pull out. It's always been this like project. Now it's at least a bit easier. It's not so cramped here. Now we just got to do my wife's side. She doesn't have as many CDs as I do, but she was like, "Oh, can you do the same thing for my side?" Because she I guess she got rid of her CDs. She collects more vinyl, and I still collect CDs. There's nothing wrong. And CDs may become more a commodity at some point, when I don't know, and so I'm kind of thinking of holding on to at least a lot of the ones I like. So, but thank you for watching again, and we'll see you next time.